So MSNBC is already smearing Bernie Sanders. In specific, this is a woman whose name is Zerlina Maxwell. She is a black woman. That's really all you need to know about her. I think she worked on Hillary's 2016 campaign, but most importantly, she's a black woman. So that's her entire identity. She's somebody who weaponizes her identity against everyone. So if you're not, a black woman and then you are a supporter for Bernie Sanders, you are a sexist and a racist. That's basically what it is. And so she literally outright slandered Bernie Sanders. She went on MSNBC and said that I clocked it until the 23-minute mark is when he first mentioned race. So I'm actually going to read this to you guys from this article that I have right here. But it says, quote, "To be very serious about it, I clocked it," said Maxwell. He did not mention race or gender until 23 minutes into the speech. And just for point of comparison, I looked at Elizabeth Warren's opening speech, for example. She mentioned race and discrimination in the first paragraph. So that's a big difference. And as somebody who is a black woman, knowing that black women are going to be a core constituency for any Democrat who hopes to win the nomination, I did not, at least until 23 minutes into the speech. Maxwell went on to accuse Sanders of failing the test of intersectionality. So, by the way, I want to mention that Zerlina Maxwell is actually the black woman who debated with Kyle Kulinski on that panel, that first panel on one of the mornings. I think the second day morning it was. And it was just a cringe fest. And so when I did the video on that, I said that I didn't know her name. The point of that was to be a slight as to I don't care. Now I know her name, which is unfortunate. But she is an entire cringe lord. She is the embodiment of a hill bot. That's exactly what it is. And she is the cringiest motherfucker on the planet. And so everything to her is, I'm a black woman, if you don't agree with me, you're a sexist and a racist. That's what she is, which is a disgusting, horrifying thing to do. But this article goes on to say, but Sanders did not wait until minute 23 of his speech to address race and gender. He brought them up at the 5-minute mark. The underlying principles of our government will not be greed, hatred, and lies. It will not be racism, sexism, xenophobia, homophobia, and religious bigotry. So that's point blank a lie. At minute 5, it was mentioned. She lied and said minute 23. Total bullshit. MSNBC. She went on MSNBC and said this, and then tweeted about it afterwards as well. But here's what's even more interesting. It says this was one of his very first substantive remarks. The only reason it did not occur sooner is because the crowd kept interrupting him with applause, and Sanders took several minutes to thank the various speakers who introduced him, 3 of whom were black. One of them, the Black Lives Matter activist, Shaun King. So what that means is not only was it at minute 5 and not minute 23, but on top of that, it was only minute 5 and not 1 or 2, is because he was thanking, and there was a shit ton of claps and applause for the people that he was introducing, and 3 of those people were black, and one of them being Shaun King, who's a very well-known Black Lives Matter activist. Now, there's a lot of infighting going on with Shaun King that I've seen, but he's somebody who certainly has a name for, Black Lives Matter, and he's a huge defender of Bernie Sanders and a supporter. So big shout out to him for that, obviously, because that's a great thing. But she got called out on this, and she started to defend herself in a way that was weaponizing against people, weaponizing her own identity against the people calling her out for lying. She's a legit piece of shit, okay? Piece of trash, okay? So someone sent out a tweet saying Zerlina Maxwell falsely accused Bernie Sanders of not mentioning race until 23 minutes into his speech. And then she responded to that tweet saying, falsely accused? What the fuck is wrong with you people? This isn't a rape allegation, Brian. This language is loaded and horrible, and you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm a survivor, and I acknowledge my error yesterday. My point about Bernie's blind spots still stand. So someone correctly states, you falsely accused Bernie Sanders, and she says, that's loaded language. This isn't a rape allegation. I'm a survivor. How dare you? Nobody's fucking talking about that, you stupid fuckface. You fucking moron. You dipshit waste of fucking political existence. Your entire political contribution is complete shit. You make the left look bad. You are bad. Everything you say is complete hogwash trash. What the fuck? How the fuck does anyone read this and respond to this type of shit, dude? It's so frustrating. And then Sean King actually called her out. Like, hey, motherfucker, I'm there. You're fucking lying about Bernie Sanders. You're slandering the man on national television on MSNBC. You are lying, okay? And you're weaponizing your identity at the same time, okay? And so she sent out a tweet saying, Sean King is not an ally to black people. Oh, so she's a representative of black people now. That's a tough claim, bro. So I've stayed quiet about this, but this is not the first time he's generated a pile-on calling me a liar, which I think is a loaded thing to say about a WOC. What? Now you can't even call a black woman a liar? So you can't go after Condoleezza Rice and call her a liar anymore? You can't call out, I guess... Oh my goodness, man. This is so fucking stupid. I can't believe this. In the process of defending herself, she is weaponizing her identity and bullshitting her way through everything. Are you fucking kidding me? Saying that you're a liar, which you lied. That's true. You're a liar. You are a liar. You fuckface. You're a liar. You're a piece of shit. And so your response is saying that I'm a liar is a loaded term against a woman of color. What? What the fuck are you talking about? You're not talking to... First of all, I don't even know if it makes sense in any context, but you're not talking to alt-righters here. You're talking about Bernie supporters, which is unbelievable, man. So ridiculous.